able to learn, practice, and integrate into their presentations today. But we're going to do our best to give you at least a taste. To start, I would like to introduce Ms. Rachel Snyder, Assistant Principal, Middle School House Program Supervisor, and my co-teacher in the History Department.
Oh, it doesn't work at all. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you again for coming out today. We know that you were expecting to see the presentations last week, technical difficulties, as is sometimes the case with technology. We're glad to have you here today, though. So just to get us started, we're going to give you a little bit of an overview of what students have been working on these last weeks as we've been moving forward with our literary media presentations. Slide, please. Thank you. So as we talked about at Back to School Night, which seems like many, many months ago now, the House program has been engaging in project-based learning explorations. And so what this involves is an opportunity for students to work on more extended projects and incorporate the curriculum that they use on a daily basis in a more rigorous, depth-related manner than they would just studying day by day in isolated containment. And so it's an opportunity for them to take the work that they've learned, the information that they've been working with, and do something bigger and deeper and more meaningful with it. In project-based learning, one of the key components is that curriculum is done in an interdisciplinary manner. And so for this particular project, the disciplines that were integrated were English, history, technology, and art. In addition, project-based learning environments are collaborative by nature. There's student-to-student collaboration, and so in this case, our students have been working in pairs and in some cases small groups of 3. And there's also student-to-teacher collaboration, where teachers are in the classroom with their students operating as coaches. So there's much less distance between students and teachers as they're working side by side, as well as working together in a coach-mentor situation as well. In addition, project-based learning is an authentic approach to learning. And what we mean by that is, as you saw last week with the math and science presentations, which you'll be seeing this week, is that we try to create a live situation for students that mirrors and models what they could actually be doing in the real world. So Mrs. Leiden is going to speak to you about the different roles that students played as they participated in this project. But some of the things that you're going to see are the types of jobs and skills and circumstances that our students will actually participate in one day and get paid beyond the satisfaction of a job well done. And it's a great training ground for helping them develop the kind of 21st century world skills that they're going to need when they go out there into the universe after graduation. I'm going to turn things over to Mr. Heller. He's going to give you a little background on what the roles the students played as they were completing the projects.
So I'm going to talk about the different jobs that our students had. The first of those jobs was the job of historical archaeologist. What our students did was they took the geography and topography of ancient Egypt, they analyzed it, they looked at the Nile, they looked at the flood cycle, they looked at all of that. Additionally, we examined primary source documents. So these are the kind of thing that your students are going to see on the AP US History exam, AP Language and Composition exam in, 6 or 7 years. Students were geologists and civil engineers. In Minecraft, we built the Nile brick by brick. We started with sand, and at the end, we had the Nile River. After that, students selected the locations for their respective social classes where they were going to set up in the Nile, and then they built their villages there. They used materials and tools that were accurate and representative of the time and the respective social classes' ability to procure different things. Students were researchers, and we don't mean they went to Wikipedia, they typed in the first thing and just put it in their presentation. they had to go through, look at different sources, curate them, establish the vision of whether or not they're reliable, whether or not they're credible, and then use these sources in their presentations. They looked at the life of a young artisan in The Golden Goblet, which is the novel that we read this quarter. That book served as a foundational text. We used it and we based a lot of what we started with around that. Students were animators. They looked at the tour through the eyes of a tour guide that they created in Apple's stop-motion processing program. And finally, students were technology specialists. What this means is that every single thing that they did this quarter, whether it was reading a novel, whether it was looking at a source on the internet, it all came together in one place, and that was Minecraft. Each student created their own version with their partner of the digital village that their social classroom lived in. In this village, you will see the same groundwork, the same sand, and then a hill among both genders, and yet you will see the different ways that this played out in the creative minds of young middle schoolers. It's a truly amazing process, and it's something that I hope that you can look out for. I'm going to turn this back over to my department chair, Ms. Rachel Lydon.
Thank you, Mr. Hall. This is really my favorite part of what we're able to do in project-based learning, is the executive functioning skills that they're going to need as hospital administrators, Chabad center leaders, project managers in technology firms, being able to look at what's been produced, to take the parts of it that are strong, to integrate those into a seamless whole. These skills are not integrated in a regular middle school program. And the gift of this program is how much depth and, it's difficult to articulate. I'm so excited about it, and there's so many parts to it that it's just really impressive what they're able to do. And then to remember that they are 6th, 7th, and 8th graders doing this work, I'm beyond impressed with them and their skills, and I'm sure that that is going to show through for you in their presentations. So how this is going to work is there were 2 Minecraft universes. The boys and the girls. We're going to start with the boys with a flyover of the whole world that they created. And what doesn't come through very well from them, because to them it's so intuitive, is that they literally built this whole world through the computer. There was a blank slate, and then they had to go in on the computer with their little guys and literally dig holes in the Minecraft. So when you see their buildings, they picked everything that goes in there. Every little light, every little table, every bookshelf, they put there. They didn't find it. They had to base their research and decide if it was reasonable for them to have, for these Egyptians to have those different things in their homes. And they did a fabulous job. The students will then tour you through what they have learned about their particular social class. And I'm so proud of all of you. I can't wait to share their work with you. Can we begin with Shua's flyover?